You would say that this place is one of the more terrifying locations that you've ever investigated.
Oh, most definitely, yes.
Well over 3,000 people died in this building.
What was that downstairs? You guys just hear that? Go downstairs. You didn't hear that?
As a family, my wife and our 2 sons and our pets have seen and heard many bizarre things.
I got it.
Wow. What the was that?
We have a demon princess. Her name's Adia.
She's supposed to give you night terrors and bad things that happen to you.
Hi, Adia.
Hey. I just heard someone's voice, guys.
Oh!
It pushed over.
That's weird.
All right, everybody, we are here in Eaton Rapids, Michigan. We finally made it to the Stimson Hospital, and we are very, very excited to be here tonight. Aren't we, Ryan?
Yes, Dave. We are really excited to investigate the Stimson Hospital. So much so, even though, I am Ryan.
Whoa. Wait a minute here. Connor, what are you doing?
I'm Ryan.
Who are you?
I'm Ryan.
No, I'm Ryan.
Hi guys, it's Connor from Paranormal Encounters, and welcome to our episode at the Stimson Hospital. What's up guys? I am Ryan, that is Connor of Paranormal Encounters, and welcome to the Stimson Hospital. We actually got this location through Connor, and we are here tonight to collaborate and investigate what's said to be one of the most haunted mansions in all of Michigan. This place is really cool because it was built as a residence, a home, but fell into disrepair very quickly. Tragedy struck. It even burned one time. And then in the early 1900s, it was bought and converted into a hospital. And from the early 1900s until its closure, thousands of people passed away within this building, which relative to hospitals is pretty small. So you think, a massive hospital, thousands of people dying, but here, this is a house, something built as a residence, turned into a hospital. There could be a lot of paranormal activity, and Connor, you've been here and investigated before. What are your thoughts on the Stimson Hospital?
Well, this place creeps me out, guys. Last time I was here, I actually had to come back twice, because the first time I was here, I have never left a location. And the first time I was here, I was literally putting down my gear. I've just filmed upstairs. I came down here and I set my camera right here in a tripod near the stairs. And I wasn't rolling, but my audio was still rolling. And my main camera I used to use for the show was pushed off the tripod and broke. And you could hear footsteps come down the stairs, run across this tile, and knock over my camera. Nice. That sincerely sucks. And not only that, but I found out too that 3 videos that I recorded, 2 on my Sony cameras, 1 on that camera, actually never recorded. I hit the record button and they were not on the SD card. I felt like something in this building did not want me to be there that night. And then so I had to come back for the second time just to kind of get some redemption. And I've had some really weird experiences here. This place is absolutely creepy. I was in this place by myself.
So you would say that this place is one of the more terrifying locations that you've ever investigated?
Oh, most definitely, yes. There is actually a doll on the 2nd floor. You're not even supposed to say her name unless you ask permission and you leave her an offering when you talk to her. Her name is Adia. She's supposed to give you night terrors and bad things that happen to you if you don't leave her an offering.
Man, and you were standing right where you are now?
Yeah, I was standing right where I was at right now.
And the camera was back here in this particular doorway right here?
Yeah, it was right here where I'm standing myself.
Oh, okay, so right there. So you were nowhere near it?
I was nowhere near it, no, because the table is actually pushed back further right now, it looks like, for some reason. The table was a little bit more this way, and I had walked right over here. I had walked over, and as you can feel, this is like solid. This isn't even wood. This is like concrete-ish flooring or whatever. And I went over here to go grab my phone, and I'm facing the door over this way. I look at my phone, get ready to start a YouTube live, and that's when I heard the camera smack to the ground.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, at that point, I was already really upset because that camera is expensive and no longer can use it. At first, I thought I broke the camera and I thought it came off the tripod because of me. But then I went back and tested the tripod and then I found that audio and I was like, okay, that's definitely not me because you can hear some kind of weird footsteps running, so to speak, at the camera and the tripod. And you hear a smack on the tripod and that's when it hit the ground. Nice.
Would it be bad for us during our abandonment when we set up cameras and leave this hospital empty here in just a little bit? Would it be bad for us, Dave, to put a camera right here in this spot pointed back that way just to see if maybe it'll happen again, see if something will push that camera over?
I mean, I don't think it would necessarily be a bad idea. Would it lend more credence to the Paranormal Quest curse? Probably. But it's worth giving it a shot. If it happened to Connor over on his channel in his episode, it would be interesting to see if it would happen again.
The building was actually built as a mansion and was finished in 1874. It was built by a con artist from New York. And good old John Swayze, which was his name, would go to a town, city, and start up a business. And he would get a bunch of people to invest money in it, and then he would leave with their money. And this was like the 1850s. John tried to make a killing here in town. They ran him out of town. He set the building on fire on his way out. And the new owners who had took up the mortgage luckily had insurance, and the damage wasn't that extensive. So it was just a mansion for about 40 years. In 1918, a nurse named Harriet Chapin bought the building, wanting to make a hospital. The Spanish flu had just finished killing 50 million people. And so a lot of small communities were trying to do more medical things. They just wanted closer help. Harriet actually funded, bankrolled, and spearheaded this entire project and created a hospital and brought Drs. Blanchard and Dr. Stimson on with her. Due to records, and the wife does most of the research, have found that almost 4,000 people were born in this building. It's a lot, it's a small building. Also, further research shows that well over 3,000 people died in this building. Again, that's a ton of energy to come and go in such a small structure.
So it's actually this way where she is at.
The doll?
Yes.
This is the cursed doll of the Stimson Hospital.
Yes.
We have a demon princess. Her name's Adia, and she's from India. She's about 130 years old, has real human hair, but her whole thing is if you want to interact with her on a personal level, like I'm interacting with you, talking back and forth, asking questions, then you must leave her some sort of a trinket. If you don't, then she'll follow you home and you'll have night terrors for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Adia, we're going to be here tonight. We're here to talk to you. And we're not bad guys, we're not disrespectful, but we heard a lot of stories about you. And we heard that you happen to curse anyone who says your name or talks to you without giving you an offering. And not that we're saying we don't believe them, but it's the reason we came here tonight is to see if you'll curse us.
Not Connor, just...
Yeah, just please do it to Ryan and Dave, please. Please, I appreciate it. Okay, you already did enough to me. You already broke my camera.
Maybe if you want to, are you able to roll something like this off of there if you're that angry at us? Can you push that off of there right now if you don't want us to do what we're doing?
When you were here last time, Connor, did you leave her an offering?
Not the first time. I left her a penny, so that's all I had.
the second time you came back to try and relinquish the curse?
Yeah, I left her like a penny. That's all I had in my pocket, and I told her I was sorry. I did have night terrors though the first time because one of the things that is said to happen is if you don't leave an offering, you get night terrors, and some people have had it for up to a couple weeks.
And we've had a number of people who just around and found out, and it will happen. It's bad. We've had a couple of teams, and one of the teams is back 6 times. And great guys, they always leave her something, talk to her, but one of them did something to piss the D off, and every time he walks through the room where she's at, scratches form on his back. You can almost watch him form. We had a famous celebrity who I won't name drop. He kind of messed around with Adia all night, just teasing her and doing stupid shit. And at the end of the night, he just threw a dime on her table and said, "There you go, bitch," and then wandered off. The next morning, he posted out to all his followers, says, "Man, that doll is really with my head. The dime I left on her table was next to my bed in the hotel room on the end table when I woke up this morning."
Well, Adia, I'm not saying I don't believe you, but come on out and show us you're here.
It's crazy. My second time I came here, I was using Ghost Seer. I was sitting on the floor. I had a camera right here rolling, and I had cat balls scattered throughout the floor. I've got several of them around in this room. Oh, look, it's going off. Thank you. I got my voice recorder, but the weirdest thing I had was when I was up here the second time, it was really hot. In this room, I actually saw a bat flying around in here. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to watch out for this bat. Well, the bat eventually disappears. I don't know where he went. I'm running Ghost Seer, which is where it draws images, where they say spirits can use it. It was a tool that I was using. And I literally caught an image of what looked like that room down the hallway with a bat in the image. Oh, no. Oh my God. There's literally a really unsettling picture that just came through here. What in the is this? That literally looks like that room in there too, the little door that's standing in front of. Is this you? Are you trying to show me what you look like? Okay, this is absolutely freaky. That is a very unsettling photo. And I didn't even realize this until everybody that was watching the video started pointing this out. And the reason why it's so creepy is because there was a figure right where this apparition that they caught here on photo was at. They caught an apparition of a pregnant woman in that room down there. Right here is where they caught the apparition of a pregnant woman. And it is so clear. That is one of the clearest images I've seen a paranormal investigator at a location capture. It wasn't from me. I'm not really sure who captured it, what have you. But it was showing a figure up against that door right there, leaning up against the door. And then over here was like the bat. And the image almost looked identical to this room.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty freaking creepy. So that's my second scary experience. My third creepy experience was down in the basement, where they also had a morgue and where one of the doctors that founded this location fell to his death face first down the elevator shaft and died.
Dr. Blanchard had a bit of a mishap here in the hospital. His whole last decade or so of life was very fraught with trouble. His first wife died under his knife in surgery. She had a gastric issue, and he was a gastroenterologist, so that didn't go over well. His second wife and their unborn child died under his knife as well. That was also very disheartening. And then he got hit by a train in his Model T. You don't laugh off a train in a Model T. So he was in critical condition for about 6 months, almost died. He finally got back to being well again, and that's about when Harriet Chapman reached out looking for talent for the new hospital, and him and his buddy Charles Stimson decided to come on board. Well, about 6 months into Dr. Blanchard's tenure, he was finishing up surgery up on the 3rd floor, went to step in the elevator, and it was parked in maintenance mode, and so he stepped off into space and dropped 45 feet to his face down into the elevator pit and died almost instantly.
Right here, guys, is where the elevator shaft to this place when it was a hospital. Right behind me is where they had a morgue. One of the doctors that worked here was in the morgue working on a body, and he hears a loud noise, and he comes out here and he sees the doctor laying face first at the bottom of the elevator shaft.
Was literally 10 to 12 foot away from when Dr. Blanchard landed with what was no doubt a very loud, sickening thud. He rushed over just in time to see the lights fade from Dr. Blanchard's eyes. Dr. Blanchard recognized him but couldn't speak because he had landed face first. So all three founders eventually died in these walls.
I mean, and you have to think about all the, if it is true, you know, the documentation that they have, thousands of people passing away here, you think about how many people on gurneys would have come down this little ramp right here and into this morgue. And just the number of people passing through here, the energy, along with that energy of that doctor falling face first down the elevator shaft. You know, this place was never meant to be a hospital when they built it. It was never meant to be used for what it was used for. But it ended up that way. And in a way, it was cursed with a dark history that they say still shows itself through paranormal activity to this day.
After the hospital finally left and they turned it into apartments, families that had young toddlers would live here. And this was the 70s, by the way. And somehow the toddlers' imaginary friends would have a name of Blanchard, not Joey or Sue or Bobby or something like that. And these are toddlers. And multiple families had the same issue many years apart. And since this was the 70s, there was no social media. They're not neighbors. These people never knew each other. And it's pretty hard for a toddler to come up with a name like Blanchard. As a family, my wife and our two sons and our pets have seen and heard many bizarre things. We see shadow figures quite regularly. They're kind of a staple of the place. There's a lot of legitimate activity that goes on, and there's a lot of web footage and various pictures up on his Facebook site as well of the various teams who have done stuff while they're here.
All right, guys. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to get this investigation started here tonight at the Stimson Hospital. But if you're watching our episode, go over and watch Connor's episode. He's got a full-length episode of himself here. And if you're watching Connor's episode, come over and watch our episode because we've got a full-length episode from here.
And they're both going to be different. From this point on, the footage that you see in the Paranormal Encounters episode is going to be different from the footage you see here on Paranormal Quest. So, make sure you watch both to get the full story. We're going to get this night started.
You ready, Connor?
I am ready, but first off, before you guys we get started, please subscribe to both of our channels. Please, we really appreciate that. And if you see or hear anything tonight that we might miss, please leave a comment down below.
Let's go. Stimson Hospital, Paranormal Quest, Paranormal Encounters. Let's go dark.
All right, Adia, we left you offerings of a red light, purple lights, and another red light over there, so if you want them... Ooh.
Thank you, Adia. I don't have my microphone. They're both downstairs.
Yeah. Adia, we're going to leave the house, so... Ready?
Let's go down and turn these ones on. Cool. And then this, I think, would be better off to be... Ooh, I hear something.
The REM pod just went off upstairs.
Oops.
That was you, Adia. We appreciate that. If you could make that go off and then that rope and that device that's in that little stairway area, you can knock over that REM pod.
Yeah, if you don't want it on top of your case, just push it off. Good?
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
It's me. Let me make sure we have everything here.
I'll set this up too, I guess, a little more down this hallway.
Listen, hear that.
Listen.
Ryan, don't
listen.
You heard footsteps?
Yes. That's what I heard when that scared me out of here.
Was it upstairs?
Yeah, I was. Yes.
Adia? Adia, if you're up there, we're gonna come back. If you remember Connor over here, he thinks you pushed over his camera, and we're gonna have a bunch of different cameras around, and you can push any of them over that you want to. That's me. So we are going to take off for abandonment here. We have a bunch of different cameras set up throughout the Stimson Hospital. And we have this one right here almost exactly where Connor's camera was when it was pushed over. We also have a camera over in this back room, and Connor had told us that that is actually where a doctor had a heart attack and passed away. The paranormal music box is in there, and we have a REM pod, and then of course upstairs we have a camera in the room where that apparition was captured, the photo of that apparition, as well as a camera in the room with Adia.
Which we've already had REM pod stuff going off too when we were setting up the equipment.
Yeah, it was pretty much within 15 to 20 seconds after we set up the equipment, the REM pod started to go off on top of Adia's case there.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see what happens. Things might get a little crazy here tonight, judging from the amount of equipment interaction we already have. Now, we are avoiding the basement for right now, being that this part of the hospital is separated off from that apartment, but the basement that we have access to is right below that apartment. So until they go to bed, stop moving around, we can't really put anything down there because it's going to be contaminated immediately. So once it gets later, then we're going to venture down to the basement and spend time in the morgue.
Oh, yeah.
So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get going.
You ready?
I'm so ready.
All right. I don't want to do it too long because there's people next door. But
It was still way too dramatic.
so much drama.
Let's get out of here. We're going out the other door. At this point, our EMF tripwire and REM pod have triggered multiple times inside the room with Adia, a doll that Chris refers to as a demon princess. But this time, 20 minutes after we left the building empty with cameras rolling, the audio captures a sound right before the tripwire lights up. It sounds like a static shock or a pop of electricity right before the EMF is detected. This is the first time on an investigation that we've captured this sound audibly on one of our microphones, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's paranormal. One explanation that I can think of is a power surge within the building's aging electrical system. An electrical surge has been known to make these popping sounds, and could also explain the tripwire triggering fairly regularly in this room while we're gone. This is just a theory though, and might not be the cause of the sound at all, but it is a possibility. What do you think? Is our equipment being messed with by an unseen force? A sign of whatever dark entity is said to have made a home inside this doll? Or is it just bad electrical wiring in an old building? Let us know in the comments below. We're back. I'm back. We're back.
Whoa. What? This REM pod's going off in here.
Rolling.
I got it.
You got it?
Not with you standing there.
I'm coming in. Rolling. Thank you.
Seeking audio. This is for Ryan and Dave for when they're in the house.
PQ session. Well, thank you. You can keep touching that. I want to even get a little bit more.
Huh?
I'm not sure what you set up that REM pod. I got the millimeter. Okay. Got the millimeter set up right here back in Dr. Stimson's office. This is where Dr. Stimson had a heart attack and passed away. Right here while he was working. Doctor, if you... Whoa!
I got him. I got him.
Immediately. Is that you, Doctor? If that's you, Doctor, you can come and talk to us. My name is Ryan.
The rope went off.
And my friends Connor and Dave are back here. So feel free to touch that. Or feel free to follow me out here. Interesting. Was not expecting that to happen immediately.
Tripwire.
Already tripwire.
Yeah, it went off when you were in there too.
Interesting. Yep, there
There
it
goes
went
again.
again. Doctor! Did we turn the candle on yet?
Yes.
And it's already off?
Yes.
Interesting. You get close to that candle, Doctor, it'll light up. So we're getting started here with our session. We just did a session with Connor for Paranormal Encounters up on the second floor, kind of circulating throughout. So if you happen to have not seen that yet, head over to the Paranormal Encounters YouTube channel. Check out that episode because we got some creepy stuff up there on the second floor.
Yeah. And if you're looking for another channel that keeps it real, like we do here, Connor would be the guy to go and subscribe to.
I got it.
Even the
Hello?
doctor agrees. And the candle came back on.
Wow.
You got the candle.
Yeah.
Rope went off. Ryan, step to your left. Thank you.
Doctor, My name is Ryan, and that's Connor and Dave. We're here to talk to you. Like I'd said last time I walked back here.
Ryan only went in there because he's interested in the light like you are, so don't be afraid.
Hearing that tapping in there?
Sounded like something just landed behind me.
I heard that from in here.
Did something get thrown?
Either that or fell from the ceiling. I don't want to jump to say that it was something thrown. It could have been something just falling. Kind of sounded like that. Just like, could have been that little pebble, but it could have just fallen from somewhere. This is the elevator shaft, by the way, for those wondering. So now it's a stairwell. They built these stairs into the elevator shaft. But this would have been the elevator shaft that Dr. Francis Blanchard fell down. Straight down to the basement, to the morgue. So...
Ryan only went in there because he's interested in the light like you are, so don't be afraid.
Hearing that tapping in there?
Dr. Francis, if you're here, you can talk to us too.
It's me.
Or any of the patients, if you're here and you would like to come out and talk, we're here for you.
Okay. Got it pretty well wired in here.
Mm-hmm.
Set it up in the room with all the bones and stuff. Kim just went out.
Yeah, literally right in front of you.
Are you right here in front of me? Let me shut this off here.
Doctor, can you touch that green light that's in your room again?
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
Go for it.
If you're standing right here in front of me, I'm going to turn on this box and we're going to try and catch your voice. We think you're right here near us, so... Rolling EVP Stimson Hospital. That's the water turning on. I was trying to say Stimson Hospital, but I kept trying to say Simpson, and then thanks to Connor.
Can you say it again? What is this place called?
This place is called the Stimson Hospital.
Stimson Hospital.
Who's with us right now? Can you tell us your name? Something back here. Oh, I think it's the IR camera because I was pointing the flashlight back here.
Oh, okay.
That's what that sound was. Their security camera. Were you a doctor here? Or were you a patient?
Do you remember our friend Connor here from last time?
Me moving.
Somebody broke my camera. If you're still here, can you make that device behind Ryan go off? Water again.
Water again. And ending. Let's step in here for a second, Connor, while he changes that and review this. He's going to change the batteries in that light. Let's go ahead and review this.
Who's with us right now? Can you tell us your name? Something back here. Oh, I think it's the IR camera because I was pointing the flashlight back here. Oh, okay. That's what that sound was. Their security camera. Were you a doctor here? Or were you a patient?
Nothing on EVP. Notice how
Can I see it?
the recorder?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thought you were talking about the flashlight. Just simple.
EVP session, doctor's office.
That's me moving. Hold on one second. I'm going to get off of this floor because it's so f***ing squeaky.
Doctor, we heard that you took your final breaths of life in this room right here. Is that true? Is it okay that we're here talking to you tonight? Are you able to communicate with the other doctors who passed away here? Doctor, are you the one that was touching that green light there, making it light up?
The tripwire just went nuts. Dr. Stimson, you did a good thing by opening up this clinic to help people.
Oh, guys, tripwire just went crazy.
Are you with us? We'd love to hear why you did it or what the most challenging part of it was.
Ryan, I just noticed the candle's out.
Again, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know. I just now noticed this out now, and the tripwire did go crazy a minute ago.
Ugh.
Doctor, we heard that you took your final breaths of life in this room right here. Is that true? Is it okay that we're here talking to you tonight? are you the one that was touching that green light there, making it light up? Tripwire.
That's so weird.
You saw it?
Well, like when he was playing that back, when he said that about the tripwire going off, the tripwire went off.
One thing I've noticed though, guys, is that it seems like so far, at least when we were filming my segment and now your guys' segment, is that when you talk about some stuff here, it seems to make things go off.
Yeah.
Dr. Stimson, every time we say his name upstairs when we were doing my session, it went off almost instantaneously. When we're talking about things, like it just went off again. Just talking like we're having a conversation and not so much actually directly talking about them. Mentioning things about this place, it goes off. There's
Yeah.
activity.
Yeah, that's very, very bizarre.
It is. Let me go. 58 seconds left on this.
Dr. Stimson, you did a good thing by opening up this clinic to help people. Guys, tripwires are crazy. Are you with me? Help people. Guys, tripwires are crazy.
Did you go ooh before you said tripwire? Guys, this tripwire just went crazy.
Yeah, I think I did. I'm sorry. I went, ooh. I said tripwire. Sorry.
I heard the ooh and I wasn't sure if
Are
that
you
was
with us?
connected.
We'd love to hear why you did it or what the most challenging part of it was.
What was
What
that?
are you doing over there? Dave.
The magnet on top of this light sucked my other magnet that's on here down. It's like,
I just looked over. I hope this camera caught that because your face was priceless. You were like,
I thought I was getting like, I don't know, attacked or something. It was weird.
If there's anybody down here with us, we haven't had that millimeter go off in a hot minute. Can you let us know that you're still down here and that you're present with us? We want to know that you are still down here. You can turn that candle on that's in front of me. We haven't seen it turn back on in a minute. Are you somewhere else?
Do you want to go upstairs? This one room up here, none of us have been in yet.
yeah.
Let's go up the shaft.
What was this room, Connor? Do you know?
I can't remember.
Probably would have been more hospital rooms if you had to bet. All right, I'm going to turn this on as well. This little box right here, you can say yes and no by turning on the green light or the red light. Yes, of course, is green and red is no. If you get close to it, your energy can choose which light, or you can play with it for a little bit until you get the hang of it, but we believe that you can use your energy to touch some of these things and make the lights turn on and off. At least that's the theory.
So what if we play a game? We're all going to turn around and face this wall. And maybe you can touch the green light right there. So why don't you go ahead and do that? Go ahead, Connor. Turn around. Can you touch that green light? Were you a patient here in the hospital? Remember, you can touch that green light for yes. Or there's a blue box there that you can make light up green for yes. Did the doctors take care of you here?
If I need a doctor, is there someone that can help me?
Whew. Ever since we walked into this room, I do not feel too good. Lightheaded in a way.
Yeah.
I think Ryan needs a doctor. Can somebody come in here and help him? Dr. Stimson? Harriet? Or Francis? You know, I have a feeling, boys. I have a feeling that when we do our solos, maybe this energy will shift. It just said no real fast.
Oh, really?
It could be environmental. I don't know. It was just real quick. Like, I literally was trying to say, I have a feeling that this energy is going to shift when we are solos.
I think you're right.
It literally said no, though. But again, it could just be environmental. Are you going to come in here and talk to us when we're alone in this house, one by one? I feel like you're going to. If you could light that up green, we would appreciate that. We want to know if you're still here. I hear a REM pod.
REM pod downstairs. I don't know which one. Probably the one that we don't have anything on.
Probably.
Did you just make the REM pod go off downstairs?
We're up here now. Come on up here and talk to us. If you're in that doll room over there with Adia, can you shut that door right there? Push that door shut. Oh!
Good lord.
It pushed over. And the mail went off.
The epoch just fell over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It pushed over and the mail went off.
That's weird, because that was sitting. I mean, it's a pretty firm mattress.
Did you get that?
I'm pretty sure I did. I wasn't looking at the screen though, but I was recording like this. And I have, with this angle, I have you and everything in it.
Wait. What the was that?
What did you just hear?
It was some kind of high-pitched chirp or laugh.
But if you look, like...
Yeah, there's no way.
Like, I'm setting off the Mel when I do that.
Yeah.
Like, crazy.
What was that downstairs? You guys just hear that? Go downstairs. You didn't hear that?
Mm-mm.
Go. Oh,
Leave that up. Leave that in there.
I can't see. Somebody down here?
Flip your screen around.
I don't. Hello? That camera had to pick up that noise. Somebody in here? Door shut.
Candle just came back on.
Hey. I just heard someone's voice, guys. I don't see anybody outside this window. Do you hear that though? When we were upstairs?
Yeah, it was definitely from down here. I could hear something very faint. I wasn't sure what it was, whether it was a voice or what it was.
I mean, I heard something move down here. That's why I said, okay, maybe somebody's coming to our door, because our door is unlocked. This all happened after the entire epoch falling over.
After you said her name.
Yeah, that's what has me freaked out.
Great.
Ooh, the tripwire just went nuts again.
Candles on.
Yeah, it came on as we walked through.
Dude, I don't know what that was. That was freaky.
You know what's really strange?
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Didn't mean to set that off.
I was feeling... Ooh, the tripwire just went crazy again. If that was constant electricity, this thing would be staying on, like staying illuminated.
Yeah.
But the thing that weirded me out about that was I was feeling very strange up there, and I was feeling very drawn to her room. Like I just kept wanting to walk down to her room.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said her name, and the epoch fell over. I don't think that it was something natural that caused that to fall over, because like I said, and I showed when I jumped up and down on the floor next to the bed, the epoch didn't budge when I was jumping up and down on the floor.
Right.
And I set it back up right in the exact same spot that it was in.
Yeah.
It just... I don't know. And then...
The Mel went off as that happened.
Let me test something on the Mel. I want to see if when the epoch... Just if the weight of the epoch falling over would make the Mel go off.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like the vibration of it. Because if that's the case, that could explain why the Mel went off. But if it doesn't do that...
It got really kind of creepy up here, honestly.
It is. It's gotten very creepy, and I instantly feel uneasy again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got cold chills.
Okay, so I'm just gonna push this over. And if you see, literally, look at that. Like, I'm putting force into pushing that, and it's not falling over. Let me give it a good push. So if I push it that hard, it does set that off.
Okay, give it a light push.
Okay, it's back up.
Okay.
But as I just showed, the amount of force I had to use to push that over, a stiff breeze is not going to push that over.
No. And when the Mel went off, it was just the blue one.
Yeah.
It was just the blue light. Oh!
Good lord.
It pushed over. And the Mel went off.
The epoch just fell over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It went off, it pushed over and the Mel went off. So until we watch the footage back, I don't know about that.
I don't know either. The thing is none of us were moving.
No, because you were over in that room. Connor is where he is right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing the old lean like this.
Yeah. Let me go stand over where I was.
You were like right there. So, Ryan, give it like a little, kind of like a little jump. Connor, give it a little.
I didn't even jump. I just went like this.
I mean,
I was already facing, honestly, guys, I'm pretty sure my camera angle was facing the epoch when it fell over.
I hope so.
Because
I hope so, too.
I was making sure I was getting those two and you in it. I'm pretty sure whenever that started going off, I did get it recorded because I was still moving towards the instinct to move.
Dave scared the hell out of me
Yeah, me too.
when he screamed.
That's why I moved real fast. I was like, oh.
Well, I'm pretty sure I heard it hit the bed first, and then the Mel go off, and I think that's what made me scream.
Yeah.
So it could have made the Mel go off, but what made the epoch fall over?
Right. But some other force pushing against it. Because as I showed, the only way I could get it to fall over, I even tapped it with my finger at first. Like, just went and tapped on the epoch.
Right.
And it wouldn't fall over. And what I ended up having to do is I have to actually put force into it.
Yeah, and that much force knocks them both over. Which, whatever, yeah, they're sat up on a mattress, but they were there for how long?
Yeah, for a long time. They were there for a long time before the epoch fell over.
I don't know, I think, whoever's up here alone is going to have a treat.
That'd be me.
Does that mean it's solo time?
I think we're getting close.
How do you pronounce her name? Adea?
Adea.
Adea. I don't know why I can't remember that. It's literally like my brain cannot comprehend and remember things right now. When I told you I feel weird, like I'm good at remembering names. I can't remember the name of the female doctor that passed away up here. Harriet
Chapman.
It's an easy name to remember. I can't remember the doll's name.
Adea.
I don't know, it's just weird. I feel very foggy up here.
Well,
I think it's time, Ryan, you stay up here alone then. It's a great time since you're already foggy. I'm just saying. This just happened, and I think it's a perfect time right now for you to be alone because you're having these symptoms.
Never know what'll happen.
I mean,
It's
it's
be interesting.
totally up to you guys, but I think while chances of that epoch falling are probably pretty darn slim right now, so we could demonstrate to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great time for you to be by yourself.
Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and get this switched around, and I think, Dave, you're going to go to the basement by yourself down to the morgue,
yes.
which should have quite the entertaining outcome.
Yeah. With all the spiders.
And make sure you guys go over to Paranormal Encounters. I know we've said this multiple times, but go and watch Connor's episode as well, because Connor's going to have this house all to himself for his solo. Dave and I are going to leave the house. Connor's going to be in here all alone, so make sure you don't miss that as Mr. Biddle
It's going to be so much fun, guys.
earns his flowers.
I love that you guys have the epoch fall, and I have to be up here by myself and the whole house. Well, let's do it.
Have fun.
Okay, I won't, but I will. All right, you guys. My solo is done, and the house is now ready for you two.
All right.
We're excited.
Connor's going to hit the road. He's got an hour and a half drive home, so he's got to get back home. He's going to hit the road, and Dave and I are going to have the place
To ourselves.
to ourselves. Dave's going to the basement,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going up to Adia to see if Adia can be reasoned with.
Good luck. That epoch falling over was freaking crazy weird.
Yeah, it was weird. Whether it was paranormal or not, I don't know. But it was definitely weird timing, and it was definitely startling, that's for sure.
We definitely try to debunk it too, so...
Yeah.
Guys, it's been real. I really appreciate this collaboration, and I look forward to seeing you guys again here real soon.
Absolutely.
And if you guys haven't already, though, make sure you are subscribed to Paranormal Quest right now if you're watching this. All right, boys.
Good luck. Be safe driving home.
All right.
See you.
See you guys.
Bye.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go in and do these solos.
Let's do it. Look at that. Such a good guy using his turn signal.
I know. In we go. I want to go in here and I want to talk to this doll. And I am not going to leave her an offering. And everyone that's watching might wonder and think, why are you doing that? Is it crazy, disrespectful? Well, what I want to do is, they say that if you don't leave this doll an offering, you'll have night terrors, there'll be a curse, something bad will happen to you. If that's true, it's our job as investigators to put that to the test. We're not here to leave her an offering and trying to have a nice, pleasant little conversation if she wants to come out. We're here to test these claims. If someone feels like they're cursed by this doll from talking to her and saying her name without her permission, then I'm gonna go in there and say her name and see if she'll get angry, see if she'll throw something of ours like she did with you, Connor. And rolling. All right, I'm all set up here alone with Adia. Now, I will say one thing before we get started here. This is a bit of an interesting session because this doll is said to be cursed. People say not to speak to this doll without leaving it an offering, to be kind and respectful after leaving your offering, or else you'll be subjected to a curse, bad luck, night terrors. But I tell you, one thing that I love to do is to test these theories, because I'm not saying that I don't believe in these haunted objects, but I believe there's too many objects out there that are believed to be haunted just out of superstition without any basis in fact. So what I'm going to do is to push the limits to see what happens while I'm up here. And this is just purely for research sake. So we'll see what happens to me. We'll see what happens around me in the environment to this equipment, which I have set up. I have an audio recorder rolling next to her, so if there's any sounds, voices, strange things when I review this later, I'll be able to hear that as well. Plus, I have the obelisk set up in front, and we'll see if having that obelisk set there, some strange words come through. Adia, is it okay if I come over and get really close to you? That was me, probably. Hi, Adia. People said you can be kind of scary. What is it about you that makes you scary? I didn't leave you any offering. I don't know why I would leave you an offering. What did you do to people to make them that afraid of you? I tell you, I'm not really scared of you. Is there some sort of curse? Connor thinks that because he spoke to you without leaving you an offering, that you pushed over his camera.
Alright, guys. I'm down here in the basement of the Stimson Hospital doing my solo. Ryan is upstairs on the second floor, up where the alleged cursed doll is. He decided to go up there and do that one, and I decided to come down here to the morgue room that is right behind me here. So we're going to head in there, and I'm right at the bottom of the elevator shaft where the doctor died. So this might go off with me coming through. It did not. All right, I'm down here in the basement. I'm standing in the morgue of the Stimson Hospital. And I've got a couple of devices here with me. So, doctor, if you're here, I've got a candle sitting over there on the chair. I've got a device that plays music. It's pointed into the elevator shaft, right where your life came to an end. And then right there where the gurneys would be pushed down, there is a device that has a little blue light on it. And if you get close to that, it'll make some sounds and it'll let me know that you're here. And I think I'm actually going to move that for you a little bit closer to right there. So, if you want to, you can try to communicate with me with any of those devices that I just called out, that I just mentioned. And it'll let me know that you're here. And I would love to know if you are here. I just heard a tapping sound over there. Don't know what that was. Doctor, was that you? If that was you, could you do that just a little bit louder so that I know that's you?
My friend who was just here and just left, he was here months ago. And you seem to scare him. You make him uneasy. Not only because of the camera that he lost, but also because of the horrible dreams he had for a couple days afterwards. I tell you what, you might make me start believing that this doll is cursed, or this doll is a possessed, haunted artifact. If you push that thing in the hallway over right now. Oh, wow. And you know what, Adia? I give you permission to do whatever it is you want to do. I'm opening myself up. Go ahead.
Dr. Blanchard, I'm standing in the morgue. Doctor, if you can hear me, I would love it if you could come out and talk to me. And if you could let me know that you're here. Can you touch one of the devices that I have set up? Just to let me know that you're here. I would greatly appreciate that.
You don't have anything to say? I came all the way up here to talk to you by myself because they say that you do some very strange things. That you made a man a believer by returning his offering to him because you didn't see it as worthy and respectful. I tell you though, if people leave offerings out of fear, that's not a true offering. I don't leave offerings out of fear. And if you're going to attack people and influence them after they leave here just because they didn't leave you something shiny, that's not someone I want to leave an offering for. Come on out. Where are you? I left a little box that's been quiet this whole time right here on your offering stand. Get close to it and see if it'll actually say something. See if you can make that box say words. Now's the perfect time to do it.
Doctor, if you're down here, or any of the patients, if you're down here, I'd love to have a talk with you, if that's okay. Would you like to come out and have a chat? Maybe let me know that you're here. Alright guys, I've moved over into the boiler room because I could hear Ryan as he was upstairs. I've just come over here to the boiler room and maybe something will happen in here for me. Maybe there was a maintenance man here of some sort who would like to come out and talk. Maybe they use this area here for part of the hospital. I have no idea. They may have stored the recently deceased in here. I don't know. Things were different back then, so.
Do you want me to be nice to you? We got off on the wrong foot, maybe. I don't know. But here's the thing. I don't think it's very nice to send people home with bad things happening to them and night terrors and horrific things that they attribute to you, whether it's you or not. I don't know. If it's not you, can you tell me? That's not me. Do you want me to leave? I tell you what, if you do something for me that'll unequivocally prove to me that you are actually here, I will leave. If anyone else is here, like Dr. Chapman, and I'm wasting my time by sitting here trying to talk to this doll, can you come through and tell me? And I'll turn my attention and talk to you. Whoa. Dr. Chapman, was that you? Dr. Chapman, is this doll haunted? Is there something evil with this doll? Can you come through more clearly so I can hear you and understand? What is it that you have to say? Did I just say offering? No, I'm not going to leave an offering. Help him something. Help me what?
If there's anybody in here with me in the hospital and you can hear me, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I don't mean any harm. I don't mean to be disrespectful and be interrupting you or keeping you awake or anything like that. I'm curious to know if you're here and if you'd like to talk. So I left my other camera in the other room over there. So maybe some of that equipment is going off. I can't hear it from here, but there is a good possibility that something could happen right there at the bottom of the elevator shaft where Mr. or Dr. Blanchard unfortunately fell to his demise from the attic area of the elevator shaft all the way down to the basement. I'm going to walk out of here and into this next room and see if something will happen or if someone will talk to me. Dr. Chapman? I'm going to turn this box off unless someone says something to me. Nobody's speaking in any way, shape, or form. What about God? If there's anybody down there, and you can hear me talking to you, I know this is your house, your office, your business. And I'm sorry if you feel like I'm intruding. But if you can hear me, could you let me know by yelling out or making a whistling sound for me or something like that? Oh, I think the candle just went off. Did you blow that candle out? Can you make that machine over there play music for me? All you have to do is stand in front of it. Would you mind doing that for me? I know if you wanted to, you could just wait. Make me sit here and have nothing happen. But I tell you what you can accomplish if this is what you really want to do. If you make me pay for not leaving you an offering and for being a first-rate jackass to you, a lot of people are going to see it.
And then everyone that comes here is going to leave you offerings. I see that the lights are lighting up, and I don't know whether that's you. If you want to get my attention somehow, you have to do something else. And that goes for anyone that wants to speak to me. A patient. This whole time I've been recording on a box back here behind the doll that might be able to pick up your voice that I'm going to listen to later. So if you answer these questions, just speak very loudly. And it might capture your voice. Whoa. Thank you. Is someone wanting to talk? That's the first thing that's gone off since I've been up here besides the tripwire. The first thing in 27 minutes. Are you a patient or are you a doctor? Let's see if you can light that up again and answer my questions yes. Ooh. Are you a patient? Light it up for yes. Are you a doctor?
This place is so old and so creepy, you guys. EVP session, Dave, solo, basement. I'm just going to set this right here. If there are any doctors or patients here in the Stimson Hospital, my name is Dave, and my friend Ryan is upstairs. We came here all the way from West Virginia to talk to you tonight and see what you're up to. See how things are going. Maybe see how business is going. How your practice is going. Are you here with me? Dr. Blanchard, we were told that you fell down the elevator shaft. Is that true? Did you fall from the attic and lose your life? This room I'm sitting in, was this also part of the morgue?
Is this one of the three doctors, Dr. Stimson, Dr. Blanchard, or Dr. Chapman? I come with the utmost respect for you and what you did and the care that you showed to so many people. And I hope that you'll give me a sign that you're here.
My name is Dave. My friend Ryan is upstairs. We came here all the way from West Virginia to talk to you tonight. And see what you're up to. See how things are going. Maybe see how business is going. How your practice is going. Are you here with me?
Okay, I don't think I got anything on there. I have to double check that when we get back. But yeah, I don't think I got anything on there. Dr. Blanchard, if you're here, can you let me know by turning that candle back on? It's right there on the chair. All you have to do is try and pick it up. I'm going to pack my things up and go. I would love to see you do that.
This box right here will play music if you get really close to it and it senses your energy. Am I wasting my time up here? I've only got a short amount of time left. Whoa. Oh my God. I literally panned away from it for just a second. Are you right here at the top of the stairs? Let me just do what I did. I came here and I had this back here. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I want to put the camera in the same position too in case the camera triggered it in some form or fashion. But right now I'm testing it exactly as I had it. No. Well, thank you for that. Heard something downstairs. Who's down there?
Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pack my stuff up, head back up, and wait for Ryan to get done. I'm gonna be waiting outside. Okay, so Ryan told me to stay down here and wait outside until I saw the lights come on inside. That way I know that he's done, so that's what I'm gonna do. The lights are still off, so we shall see.
Spent about an hour up here, and I can say that there's been activity all around this room. Mail meter went off down the hallway here. Piccolo went off in the other stairwell. And the claims of this terrifying, cursed doll have brought forth zero paranormal activity in this room. I guess I'll just have to keep everyone updated here on night terrors, any strange curses that might befall me. But I'm gonna go find Dave and see what he got down in the basement with Dr. Blanchard. Cutting on this camera. Really? Thank you, I guess. Can you touch that again for me? I'd love to see you move that, or move anything. What are the chances? I literally had no activity in this room on equipment. I cut on that camera, the handheld, and the REM pod goes off in here. Are you playing games with me? Well, Dave, we came, we saw, we conquered. Connor brought us into the Stimson Hospital because he had some crazy experiences here. Whether we caught something on abandonment, we don't know.
Not yet.
We didn't have anything knock any cameras over. We did hear a couple weird sounds. Epoch did fall over, but again, We can't 100% say that's paranormal because, again, it's sitting on a mattress. That was the only flat surface in that room that we could find where we could set it up and be able to see the entirety of the room to film the equipment.
Yeah.
So it was the best option in the room to set up the equipment. But the fact that it tipped over, I think, was kind of strange because it seemed pretty sturdy on there when I set it up, and as I showed, I had to put a lot of force into pushing that to get it to fall over, and
There was a lot of pokage.
there was a lot of pokage. But, again, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. As far as the doll goes, I'll keep everyone apprised and updated on if there's any night terrors. If there have been, you probably saw a clip placed in before this. But for now, we're going to hit the road on to the next adventure. We got another crazy place coming up that we're filming at, a few crazy places. Be ready. Spooky season is in full effect.
Oh, yeah.
Got anything to say to him, Dave?
Be on the lookout for our upcoming episodes. We got a really cool Halloween special coming this year, so get excited for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you made it this far in the video, leave a like on the video and leave a comment down below that says Bart Simpson lives in the Stimson Hospital.
That was a hot mess. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one, on the next adventure, on the next episode of Our Paranormal Quest.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.